today's anime Vanguards video, I'm doing a test for all the new units in the Jujutsu Kaisen update. The only unit I missed is Nobara, so apologies, I kind of forget to put in the tier list. And also Sukuna cannot be obtained at the moment, so you can get Itadori, but then you can't really evo Itadori into Sukuna yet. It's in the game, but it currently can't be obtained, so maybe if they do a 0.5 update, or they just drop an update and then he'll be able to evo. So, before today's video does start, subscribe to the channel, 100k before the share ends. If you want the Rex unlock, make sure to subscribe to the channel, like, comment on the video, and let me know, what do you guys think about this update? A lot of people have mixed opinions. Some people like it, but they're like, oh, they took a little bit too long, and some people just hate it apparently. So let me know what you guys think. I think it's pretty good. Join my Discord server down below. I got a bunch of videos planned, like lucky clips, which I'll probably do tomorrow, and a bunch of the video ideas, and I'm also going to do some giveaways. But enough to yip out, let's just get straight into the video. Okay, so if a unit is in C or DT, I don't think I even need to explain like anything. Like, they're just dookie, okay? They're just not that good. They're probably epic or rare units, or maybe some are just the worst legendaries. Obviously, if you get them, just use them, but don't like invest like your food or whatever into those units. You know, save them up for your mythics. And you should only really like need this advice if you're new to the game, I guess. Now, B tier, these are like the units where if you're new to the game and you need some use to maybe help you out, star units that aren't too hard to get, like they're not too rare, but you know, they're actually pretty good. They can help you out, especially early game. These are those units. Kizaru, Itachi, and Goku Black are very, very good. Kilo is actually quite nice, but isn't really on the same level. But he is epic, so it's easy to get than those three, since those three are legendary. So if you're new to the game and you get one of these units, then make your life a little bit easier. Now, I could move a little bit of units back into this tier, but like the thing is with meta support is they all do like kind of different things, a little bit similar but a little bit different at the same time. So it's a bit weird. And these units, they're kind of situational. I don't know, it's the support tier right now is a bit weird. There needs to be like new units that do like multiple things, or they just clear it, like they do that role but way better, which I'll explain later on. Right now, what I'm saying might not make any sense, especially if you're not that good at the game. So yeah, this is the support tier. You should get every unit in support tier. Maybe not Bean, but you should get Sakura. You will need that at some point. And she's an epic anyway, so just don't auto sell her, let's be honest. Now, people are not going to be happy with A tier, but in my opinion, I think these units are slowly starting to get outdated. I mean, which we'll explain later. That Obito is still quite good. Like, I could move him up a tier, to be fair. Charting is kind of close, kind of not. But yeah, Obito is the only one where we could debate. Yeah, we can put him into S tier, but even then, there's kind of like a better version of him, which I'll explain in a bit. But yes, still, these units are quite solid. They're mythics, obviously. If you get them and you start the game, you're going to smoke the content quite easily, especially at the start. But the units above are just better. You know, when they add more units, you can't expect them to stay the same. Like, you just got some units, you just know they're going to get outdated. So, if you got Monarch on them, obviously they're not going to be bad now. They're not going to be worse than a regular unit, but what can you do? Okay, now since we're starting to get into the higher tiers with some of the new units, I'll start to speak a little bit less fast. And I'll try to explain the new units and whatnot. So obviously we've got Sungju Woo. Now the reason why Sungju Woo might not be as high as you think it should be is because mostly it's because Sungju Woo's ability got nerfed. Okay, the cooldown is way higher, and these units, I would say overall, are better than Sungju Woo. But I could agree, like if you said Sungju Woo should be higher up in S tier, but he's not moving out of S tier. He's not going higher than S tier in my opinion. Okay, so we got Sungju Woo. He does summons and he does high damage and he buffs Igrus. Vegeta is a very, very cheap unit that has a decent AoE cone, multi-hit, and does damage, okay? Then we got Jogo. Now, Jogo has an ability, a domain expansion. He does burn. He has a pretty big AoE cone, and he does solid base damage, and then he has the big AoE cone and the burn. So it's like a better version of Obito, in my opinion. Some people might disagree, but I feel like the ability kind of proves that he is better than Obito, in my opinion. And then we got Chozo. Now, Chozo is probably the best one of the best mythics of this update. Now, if you have Alucard, you don't really need Chozo. If you don't have Alucard, you kind of need Chozo. Chozo is a full AoE bleed. I forgot if he has the ability or not, because I haven't evened him myself, but I've seen it and whatnot. But it's very, very good. So he's a full AoE bleed. He does a bunch of other stuff, and it's just very, very good. Trust me. Just trust me on that. He's very, very good mythic. So out of the ones I could say, yo, you must cop this one, I would say Chozo is one of the units that you should be getting this update if you don't have Alucard. If you have Alucard, you don't really need to worry about Chozo, if I'm being honest, because it's just a worse version of him. But he's very, very good. It's quite a solid unit, to be fair. Now, with meta support, the problem is that I feel like there's too many units in meta support at the moment. I might need to move some units down, but I feel like that'll be in the next update because it's kind of weird. So Pain does this little pushback thing, but then the new unit Inamaki does the same thing, but it's like it's kind of bugged right now, so it's like a more broken. It's just weird. Okay, it's a weird situation. But pretty much most of the meta support units do different things, or they're very good at what they do. Okay, so we've got Pain, Pushback basically. We just keep it short and simple. Crocodile, Alligator, whatever you want to call him, just slow. Pretty much the only slow unit in the game. I forgot, I don't know, Julius, I think that's her name, does freeze, kind of slow freeze-ish. Inumaki is similar to Pain, but it's a little bit more broken at the moment. Then we got Sasuke, who does stun, I'm pretty sure. The only person that does stun. Todo, out of all the meta support, the ones I can 100% recommend, the new ones, is Todo. Todo is also a very, very good unit that should be getting. So after the new year update, you should be getting Chozo and Todo, and then we'll say the rest afterwards. Because Todo, what you can do, yeah, okay, imagine this. You have your farm at the back of the map, right? You have your Todo at the front of the map. Boom, swap. You can do Boogie Woogie. You know that is if you watch JJK. And pretty much you just swap positions, which is very, very broken. Because instead of having to sell, lose money, replace and do the upgrades again, instead you just use the ability and swap, which is very, very good. It is a little bit situational, you won't need to use it all the time, but maybe in the new stages it's quite useful against like, what's his name, Mahito for example. It'll be useful in the future, it might even be useful for tournaments. So yeah, overall it's just good. It's a meta support and it'll definitely come in handy, and he does good damage anyways, so it's not like he's only used for support, he does pretty solid damage too. But yeah, obviously get the first two farm units. You need both of them. One for story, one for infinite. You need Hurricane, the only buff and the best buff unit in the game. But yeah, just pretty much get everyone in meta support at your own pace. You don't have to rush into getting them, but obviously get the farm, which is a speed dragon first, and then the order is quite self-explanatory, but you don't need to rush into getting each one. Just take your time with it. Okay, so these are the best units in the game. So I'm explaining Gojo, I'm explaining Toji because those are the new units. So for those of you that already play the game and already know about the rest of the units on the tier list, then I'll be wasting your time. So we'll explain it. So Toji, the reason why some of you might think Toji should be higher, one is he's not full AoE, but his AoE cone is big to be fair. But the problem with Toji is he's a little bit of a situational unit. He will stay meta for a very, very long time because he'll be used for things like tournaments and like shield breaking and like certain game modes. He'll be very, very good. I mean, you can use him in anything, don't get me wrong, but then they obviously will be bad options. But in certain things, yeah, Toji will be that guy. People say, okay, to do this method, this strat, you need Toji. And some of you, when Toji goes away because it's an exclusive unit, will be like, oh, but I don't have Toji. Like, so you need to get Toji. He'll be like one of those units that you wish you had in certain game modes in the future, certain difficult challenges, tournaments or whatever. He'll be like one of those kind of units, and he'll probably get value also when they make him tradable, just because you'll need him. So it's a very, very good unit. I could say here explaining everything he does, but I don't know off the top of my head. But trust me, he's very, very good. Trust me, just trust me on that. He is quite a good unit, but he's not on the level of Gojo. So Gojo is the best unit of the game at the moment, because he is better than Alucard. It's not a debate, if I'm being completely honest. Full AoE, he has a time stop ability, he buffs his own damage, his own range. His range is pretty solid. His SPA is pretty meh, that's the only problem. But yeah, his damage is just insane, and his range and his full AoE, and he has an ability that does time stop and buffs his damage in the time stop. So yeah, he's very, very good. This should go without saying, you should pretty much get every single unit in this tier. Obviously, some you may not use as much as others, like you might not use Tengen if you have Alucard, you might not use Rengoku if you got Gojo, but realistically, they're all the best units in the game. But obviously, those towards the end may not stay there as long as some of the units up top. Like I could see Igris getting replaced. The thing is, the Alucard, right? He can't really get replaced unless they add a new, better full AoE bleed that does wounded, or like a unit that does wounded, because Alucard just has his own debuff that no other unit has, that is very, very overpowered. So, which is, if you don't know, he makes the enemies take 20% more damage. So all the units are just doing 20% more damage to the enemies every time. So yeah, he's just very, very broken, and no other unit can do what he does at the moment, at least. So he'll always stay there. Toji will stay there for quite a while. Gojo will stay there, but I could see Igris potentially getting replaced, not just yet though, and I could see Rengoku getting replaced quite soon, to be honest. So maybe if you was to rerun units, I'd highly recommend rerunning your Gojo. That would be the most safe, secure thing to do. Sukuna might be broken, which we'll talk about in a minute. Okay, so Itadori is unable to evolve into Sukuna at the moment. It is like unobtainable. You can't do it. According to people in the Discord, I forgot who specifically said it, but in the question channel, it's like a pinned message where people, like someone who's obviously high ranking, has said they just currently cannot obtain Itadori Evo Sukuna. So you cannot obtain Sukuna, but they probably will add it within a 0.5 update potentially, or just the next update. There might be like a part 2 update or something, I don't know, okay? They haven't really announced anything like that, and they probably wouldn't because they don't want people to say, yeah, the lane, whatnot. So, yeah, I don't know when they're going to drop it, what they're going to do about that. I've got no clue. But, yeah, Itadori's going to be probably quite broken, but don't worry about him for now. I still highly recommend you summon for him, but there's no point spending your rerolls. But Sukuna is going to be very, very good, because if you're seeing Gojo is so broken, they're going to make Sukuna broken. I feel like Gojo's the time stop, Sukuna is just going to be pure bleed, cleave, DPS broken. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video. If you didn't understand anything, just drop a comment down below. If you haven't already, subscribe. I got a bunch of videos planned, not just guides. Got some grinding videos, got some account videos and whatnot. So join my Discord for giveaways, and see you guys in the next video. Peace.